I am Ari Lucas, and I'm the senior rabbi at Congregation Agudath Israel. It's my honor to share this bit of Torah for Parshat Vayeitze for Greater Metro West Federation. This holiday season, advertisers will spend billions of dollars to try and get your attention. Their goal, of course, is to get you to buy their product, or perhaps to make you feel a little less happy with what you already own, so that you'll think about buying something new. By some estimates, based on what advertisers will pay to get advertising in front of your eyeballs, your attention is worth $1.03 per minute. So by the end of this video, which is about 4 minutes long, I will owe each of you about $4.12. That is assuming you make it to the end of the video and you give me your attention for the entirety of that time. That adds up. $1.03 per minute, it adds up to about $800 a day, $300,000 per year. But I'd actually argue that your attention is more valuable than that. It's one of the most valuable things you own, and it's one of the most generous gifts you can give another. Yaakov Avinu, Jacob, learns that lesson in this week's Parsha. He has a nighttime encounter with the divine. When he first arrives at the campsite, Jacob doesn't think much of it other than it's a suitable place to rest his head. But while he sleeps, he has a mystical vision of a stairway connecting heaven and earth and angels of God ascending and descending on it. And when he wakes up, he says, Achen yesh Adonai b'makom hazeh, v'anochi lo yadati. Surely God was in this place, and I did not know it. I wasn't paying attention. Awestruck, he exclaims, how wondrous is this place! It is none other than the house of God, and this is the gateway to the heavens. Now our tradition, Rashi, explains that the place he was sleeping on was none other than Har HaMoriah, the site on which the future temple would be built. It was a holy place indeed. But Jacob, when he arrived there, wasn't paying attention. And it was only after he had that remarkable dream that his attention was drawn to the mysticism of the place and the presence of God in his life. How many other special things might be happening in our lives, only we're not paying attention? What other transcendent moments are we missing because we're too distracted or not able to sustain our attention long enough to understand that they're happening before us? I sometimes think of the announcement that's made at the beginning of a show or a performance. Somebody will come over the microphone and say, "May I have your attention, please?" And whenever I hear that, I like to imagine that it's the voice of God. But sometimes I think it's God's voice, not in a loud or booming voice, but it's a whisper, a still small voice, and it's making a request. May I have your attention, please? We sometimes get drowned out by the loud and extreme voices in our society. In general, I find that there's an inverse correlation between how good or thoughtful an idea is and how emphatically people express it. The more we give attention to the loud, extreme voices, the louder they grow. And the louder other voices shout in order to be heard over the noise. But the still small voice of God, and the voices of those who are most important to us, they're always there waiting. This Thanksgiving, I invite you to give your attention to the things and the people who matter most. We can choose to pay attention to that which we lack, or we can choose to offer gratitude for the many blessings we already enjoy. We can give our attention to our friends and our family, to voices of kindness and friendship, of peace and love. Giving your attention to another is one of the best gifts you can give. So give it generously, give it to those you care about, and to those in need. And then, like Jacob, or maybe in contrast to Jacob, we'll be able to wake up and say, God was in this place, and I didn't miss it. I knew it all along. Happy Thanksgiving and Shabbat Shalom.